Shut up and sit down.
Ariana Grande's kind of a bitch.
Why?
I don't know, because I feel like saying that she's a bitch.
But you don't actually believe that?
I believe whatever the hell I want to.
So do you believe that she's a bitch?
Anyway, hey guys, welcome to Don't You Hate It. I might be Sam. I'll let you know later on.
Well, I know in my deepest heart that I am Abby.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm glad you figured that out for yourself.
But now that I think of it,
Think of it.
Am I Sam?
I don't know. I wasn't there for that conversation.
I guess I wasn't either. But you know what? Who was?
Honestly,
Who was
you're right.
there for the conversation?
And who cares? I don't.
Great.
Heather, what's your favorite snack?
Cheez-Its.
Wow, that was a very quick answer.
Because I know my favorite snack.
I really like bologna.
I
Not as a snack, I just want to throw it out there.
I hate bologna.
What's your favorite lunch meat?
Salami.
Salami. I actually hate salami.
Fucking love salami.
I really don't like salami. I really like oven roasted turkey breast, or like chicken. Like I really like white meats or like bologna.
Red meats all the way, baby. I'm trying to die of a heart attack as early as possible.
I don't like roast beef. I don't like ham. I guess what other meats are there?
More for me.
What other red meat lunch meats are there? Or just lunch meats in general? Buffalo chicken or buffalo turkey breast is so good.
You know.
Yeah?
Corned beef.
I already... Oh, it's roast beef. Yeah, you're right. Corned beef's okay.
I like it.
Corned beef with some Thousand Island on it, with a little bit of marble bread. That's so good. Or on a Reuben, you know what I'm saying?
The best grilled cheese that I've had so far has involved sourdough bread.
Yeah.
Provolone.
Ew, I hate provolone.
Fucking love provolone. And salami.
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 There was one time
It's so good.
I got done with my work shift at Burkett's, the grocery store that I used to work at, and I bought after, so if somebody's like, hey, can I get a half pound of pepper jack cheese or something like that, then they're like, wait, never mind, I don't want it, but you already cut it. Then they put it in a bag and they sell it for half price tomorrow, or like through the rest of the day. So
wait, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah. So somebody bought a bunch of I think it was Kobe Jack cheese or something, and
that one too, that
what?
and provolone, or they're interchangeable. Go on.
Well, I took like a quarter of a pound home of Kobe Jack cheese, but I actually didn't go home. Plot twist. I went to my friend's house, Eric's house, to do some illegal gambling. We didn't actually use money.
Oh.
Eric has a dog named Buddy. He's the best boy. He's a big golden retriever, and he's so fluffy and soft. Anyway, Buddy's the good boy. Okay. Well, when I made my arrival at his house, I went to the backyard, and he has a little shack that we were playing the poker in, and it's really nice. It's like it's very much a shack.
It's a quality shack.
It's a nice shack. It really is.
It's like a nice shack.
Honestly. But when I got there, I slapped a piece of cheese on the window. So, like, from the outside, you just heard... And then, well, I guess it wasn't much of a slap, it was like... of the cheese on the window. And everyone was like, what the hell? And then I went around the rest of the vicinity and threw cheese on the windows. Well, later on, the cheese fell off and it started to rain, and Buddy came outside and ate all the cheese.
Oh, no.
And Eric was like, stop, you're going to kill my dog. I'm like,
No,
it's
stop.
cheese. One, it's cheese. It's not going to kill him. And two, he had like 6 pieces. It's not a whole lot of cheese. He's like, what if he gets sick? What if it molds? I'm like, it was out there for like maybe 5 minutes. It's fine.
You're like, Eric, buddy, I understand that you're upset. However,
your dog is
completely invalid.
I was like, Buddy needs it. He's a good boy. He deserves the reward. He must eat cheese.
Oh, did you say it like that? I hope you said it like that.
I said it something like that. I was like, Buddy's a good boy.
Buddy's a good boy.
He needs the cheese.
He deserves the cheese.
He does. Have you ever we used to have to give our dogs like heartworm pills and stuff, and like wrap it in cheese and stuff. What did you guys have to do? Like, did you ever have to give your animals medicine?
Yes.
How did you do it?
Peanut butter.
Just
Or
peanut
I would
butter?
just literally just put it in his food.
Kobe would always.
Because he would eat the whole thing and then
Yeah.
not even realize that little thing was actually not food.
Yep.
It was a pill.
We used to give we used to take like Kraft slices of cheese, and we used to put the pill in the middle and then fold it like 4 times so that it would be like a pill sandwich with cheese. And
Yummy. That's my favorite snack.
yeah, that is my favorite snack. And we used to give it to him, and he'd just go and chew on it with his molars, and then spit out the whole pill with no cheese on it. And we're like, I was like, Kobe, what are you doing? And there were times where like we put it in peanut butter, and he'd lick the peanut butter off of it and spit it out, and like he was just a master at finding pills and then spitting them back out.
I'm okay with that.
It was very rare when we had to like actually get him to swallow a pill, but like there were times where it did work. But there were times we made some wild ass concoctions. Like we took like the cheese and then like put the pill in the middle of the cheese and crumpled it up, and then put like a piece of bread over it, and then like put peanut butter on the outside of the bread, and just like, because like we wanted there to be so many different flavors, he wouldn't be able to be like, oh yeah, there's a pill in this. But I think go ahead.
They have things called like pill pockets
Mm-hmm.
that you can. It's like a treat, and then you just there's like a little hole in it that you can put the pill
That's
in.
pretty cool.
But I mean, I feel like he would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like that would have just been like he'd eat the pill pocket and then
Yeah.
spit
Well, the trick
it
was
out like a watermelon seed.
Yeah, honestly, the trick was that we had to give something to him of similar texture. So like we had to give him like a cracker or something,
Mm-hmm.
or like gummy treats would work, but like it was so difficult for him to eat them, just because they were like it was obviously pills. Petey would just and eat it right away.
It's gone.
When Petey eats, he eats like as fast as he can, and then he goes like. Have
It's
you
me
witnessed
whenever I'm
that?
trying to eat like a really big burger or something, and then I realize that I haven't breathed for like
Yes.
5 minutes, and then I'm like, I have to take a breath with like a full mouth of food.
Yes. Have you witnessed Petey do his like?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think you have, because there was one time he just started freaking out, and you're like, what is he doing? And we're like, he's excited, and he like gets down, he's like. And I'm like,
Petey.
dude, like he's, and like he looks up at you like, please God help me. But we're like, dude, you did this to yourself.
I went too far again.
Yeah, but like sometimes he doesn't even do it when he's eating. But he's sitting on the couch, he's like, that was me. He's just like, and we're like, all right, Pete, come on. You good?
Just picturing that tiny little dog have like a full grown man's like cough. Oh no.
That was funny.
You know the cat that's like, this is how little kids cough.
Oh yeah.
With the tongue out. That's
Yeah.
like, he has a grown man's cough, but he like does that with his mouth. His little curly
Little-
tongue comes out of his snoot.
Yes, his little
Oh my
snoot.
god. I
Um,
love Petey.
Peter's a good boy. He's all right.
He's stanky, but
He does stink. I don't know what he does that makes him stink so bad. I don't
He's
know
so
if it's his
loud.
breed or what it is. He's a dachshund, so like, I don't know if
low
he's
down to the ground. He's just picking up all
yeah,
the shit.
but like it doesn't even smell like it's his. All of him smells. That's the part.
Do you wash his bed?
Yeah, we try to wash it like once a week, which
Never
I feel
mind.
like is more than most people do.
Yeah, definitely.
So like,
Especially if they have like a big dog, but you don't. So it's
no,
okay.
it's just a little ass Petey dog.
It's a little
ass
Petey dog.
dog.
You know what your little Petey's look like.
Yeah. No, but yeah, Petey's getting old too. He's starting to show some white or some gray. He hold on one sec. Fixing the mic. He when we got him, did I tell the story about how we got Petey?
I don't know.
I'll
You've
tell it
told
again.
me so many things,
I
and
know.
then told the
To the
podcast so many
viewers,
things.
to the listeners, I have, as I already said, a dachshund. His name's Pete, or Petey. He's a little weenie dog. And what?
Nothing, go on.
You're like, Petey, so one cold Christmas night, it wasn't actually Christmas, it was like, just, I think it was
It
like
was
a few
Friday the
weeks.
13th, the night
Yes.
before Halloween.
Yes.
Go on.
Actually, Halloween's gonna fall on Friday the 13th this year.
Shut up.
I
I was there when Campbell told you that joke.
Damn it. I'm sure everyone, like, not everyone, but a few people were like, really? Anyway.
We got him. Petey.
Petey. Like, it was this cold winter night. And, we still had Kobe. Kobe was a golden retriever. I'm sorry, what? A husky terrier mix. Beautiful little doggo. The softest dog I've ever felt. He is no longer with us, but he was the best boy. And yeah, this one goes out. I'm pouring one out for my homie. And Kobe was just going buck wild in the backyard on his little leash. He was just like barking and pulling on the chain. We're like, what is this dude doing? And we come outside and there's this. We thought it was like a mole or like a little groundhog. Yeah, a mole. Or we thought it was like a raccoon or something, because like we just saw this black like figure, and we were like, what is it a skunk? Like, what is that? And then like we heard it go, and we're like, what is it another dog?
Oh my God.
And then like eventually Petey just grew the balls to walk right in front of Kobe and like came up to the front door with us. Kobe didn't even like touch him. He just like came up and smelled him, and like it was funny. And they were instantly good pals, and we were like, all right, well, we can't just like accept this dog into our home with no meaning behind it. So we put him in the car, and we were like, I guess we'll just drive down the street, and if he is attracted to a home, we'll ask it if it's theirs. Ask the homeowners if the dog. Yes, and
Get there.
Yeah, and we ended up driving by this one house, and PD was like, and like wagging his tail and looking at it real intensely, whatever. And
Same thing.
we went up to the door, and we were like, hey, this dog came to our house. We didn't want it to like die, so is this yours? They're like, well, actually, it's my boyfriend's dog, so I don't even want the damn thing. It's so annoying and it stinks. I don't know if she said it stink, but she's
Stinky
like,
Pete.
Stinky Pete? Isn't that the character from Toy Story?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, she was like, oh, I don't even want the thing. It's so annoying. And we're like, okay, well, here you go. You can have it back, I guess.
No.
And they're like, oh, fine. Get in your damn cage, dog. And they were so mean to Petey. And we were like, oh, okay. So then we went back home. And like 3 days later, Petey came back again. Came to the front door. But like, I'm sorry, he came to the back door and just stared inside. Because we brought him inside because it was cold that first night. And he was just staring inside, and he was like wanting to come inside. So we were like, all right, fine, we'll bring him in. We'll let him play around with Kobe for a little bit, and then we'll go back to the house. Finally, we went back to the house, and we were like, hey, we got the dog again. They're like, you know what? I don't care. Me and my boyfriend in an argument, you can keep the dog. I don't want him anymore. And we're like, okay, all right, bye. And we don't know how old he is. We didn't know his name. We didn't know if he had any shots or any records or anything. And we obtained this dog. And we went through a lot of names with this dog. Originally it was Mr. Weenie.
Yay! Mr. Weenie!
Yeah,
Mr. Ween!
That's his last name. His name's Petey Weenie. No, but
Yay, I'm so glad that I know that now.
And then after Petey stuff, because we were just calling him whatever we could until like he started like answering to it or like responding.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "What's up?" No, and
Sup? What do you need?
"Sup, bitch?" And he
Sup, bitch?
eventually like we got through Pete. because my mom would like trip over something. She'd be like, "For the love of Pete," and then Pete would come over and be like, "Yeah, yeah." So he was Pete, and
For the love of Pete.
yeah, and then that was also when he was pissing all over the place. So he was Pete, whatever. And later on, like a few months later, when Pete already stuck, we realized we made a massive mistake, and we should have named him Jack. Because we had Kobe, the dog, and Jack. And Kobe looked like Kobe Jack cheese as well, by the way. Like his spots. It was like white and yellow. Or like gold or whatever, brown, whatever. But we should have named him Kobe and Jack. Because that would have been amazing. But I guess not.
Petey Weenie.
Yeah, now we got Mr. Weenie. Peter.
Mr. Ween.
Dr. Peter Weenie.
Dr.
But
Pete Ween. My name's Weenie. Petey Weenie.
The name's Weenie. Petey Weenie. You know we haven't. What?
To our viewers.
Yeah.
That was him just adjusting himself in the chair and then farting.
Mm-hmm.
Actually saying what and then farting.
What?
What's the problem?
I don't understand.
Rips one. My
There-
God.
I'm gonna continue this thing with Pete.
Go ahead.
There were times where Petey would like, we'd like when we were trying to still like train him to like not shit in the house and stuff, which we failed miserably at.
Yes.
And he'd just look at us in the middle of the living room and start pissing. Like he didn't lift a leg or anything. He'd just be standing there.
I love that
start
so
pissing.
much. I
Like-
think I would hate it if I like lived with him and that happened. a
No,
lot.
stop.
No, stop. But I think it would be very funny just to like see. It is very funny just to see.
No, yeah. I mean, it's funny, but you're like, damn it, now I have to clean this shit up. Anyway, it's also kind of funny because his body is less than 2 inches from the ground.
Yeah.
So imagine the splashback he's getting from that.
Exactly.
That's
why
probably
he's
why he
Stinky Pete.
That's why, yeah, I was about to say, maybe that's why he stinks so much, because he can't really get his weenie off the ground. Anyway.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, there are times where he'll like rub his like chest in the grass, but that's like in the summer, so like you normally won't just run through some poo. What?
Oh my God. I'm trying to like picture being that close to the ground and like the grass is growing and then he's like he doesn't realize that he's around where he's like pooped before.
Yeah, no, I think he
there.
knows it damn well. I think he knows it damn well.
Yeah.
One thing that used to bring both of our dogs so much joy is when we put them on a leash and just take them around the house. It was like they were exploring new land.
It was different with a leash.
Yeah, honestly.
That's beautiful.
Well, I'm sorry, no, because with our dogs, we have them tied to the deck, because like in our back doorway, it's a porch.
Because you don't have like a fenced off backyard.
Yeah.
We did that when we didn't have a fence, and then my dad put one up.
Right. So we ended up just screwing a little tie to the deck, and then I think he's got like 20 or 25 feet of walking radius, whatever. But Petey's annoying as hell because he'll get underneath the deck and then get stuck because like he'll tie himself up down there, or like even if he just goes around a pole once. He's oblivious as how to get out, and he'll be like whining and barking underneath the deck, and we have to crawl our happy asses down there to get him out. It's so annoying.
Petey.
If it's cold, I can just unhook him and he'll go to the front door or the back door, and then I can just grab the front of the leash and just like pull it because it'll unhook itself.
Fish him in.
There was times where I was like, Petey, you gotta get yourself out of this way. Sorry, Buckaroo, I can't get down there. And like I try to like pull the end of the leash so he'd like figure out which direction he had to go or something. No. He'd sit there like getting pulled by his neck and just looking at me.
I don't understand.
Yeah. But like he wouldn't take his eyes
going
off
on?
of me. He's just the oblivious dog with no brain. He's just like
Oh my God, I love him.
Oh my gosh, staring at me while he's getting tugged and like
Dumb dogs make me so happy.
He's very dumb. Yeah, but PD, he likes to cuddle.
Yes.
But if you disturb him while he's laying down or sleeping, he'll growl at you.
Yeah.
He's like, and like, if you so much as just like move your leg, he's like, and we're like, PD, shut up! You're in my territory. You have a bed
I was here first.
Yeah, you have a bed over there or in your cage.
My my cats have gotten out a couple times. They don't like being out. What do you do?
Yeah.
Panic.
Really?
And hope that they come to you. Because they, like, the one time, oh my god, it was so sad.
Yeah.
It was, I hate hearing, like, sounds of distress from animals.
Yeah.
And I went out onto my porch, and it was raining outside, and Sally, like, I think part of her screen was broken at the time, and so she just, like, hopped through.
Yeah.
And she was, like, outside. She's like, okay. And then didn't like that it was raining, but didn't want to get on the porch or, like, go to the door, so she was hiding behind a bush.
Yeah.
And, she was just like, and I was like, no. So, I was outside. I was crying because every time that they leave, I just picture them not coming back at all.
Uh-huh.
And so I, like, had to hop between the house and the bushes.
Yeah.
And I was like, Sally. And, I got her, and I took her inside, and we cuddled for a little bit. But Jack got out. Okay, I had my friend, my bestest friend, Maya, staying over. And, I think it might have been the day after prom. I don't know. But, we got up. We were enjoying our morning, completely oblivious to my mom, who I found out later was behind the couch, behind the cabinets, looking at my dad, like, what am I gonna do? Because they couldn't find Jack. And they were like, basically, he's outside. He got out. And then she went outside, heard him, like, doing his little meow. And he was in the step. So he had gone on our back porch. There was, like, a little opening, because that's where, like, some, like, pipes or whatever are going through. And so he got down there and then went underneath the steps that we can't get to. And so my mom heard him and was just like trying to, like, baby talk him a little, like, to make him stay there. Like, okay, hi Jack, how are you? Just stay there, don't move at all. And then she, like, rips the. My mom has.
Fence?
Huh?
Is it like a picket fence?
No, it's a step with, like, 3 pieces of wood, like, as the step over it, whatever, they're, like, nailed down, and she rips it off because her adrenaline, like, her mommy adrenaline is what she calls it, is insane. Like, one time she broke down a door because I was locked inside a room.
Alright.
But, and that was interesting. But, yeah, she got Jack, and then was inside, completely silent, crying, looking at my dad, like, I got him, and I was, like, holding him, and then Maya and I were like, okay, like, just watching whatever we were watching, not knowing at all what was going on. And then Maya leaves, and then she's like, I figured that I should probably tell you this. Jack got out last night, and I'm like, what? And then she's like, but I got him. And then told me the whole story. But, oh my god, I hate when they get outside. Now they understand that they don't want to be outside, because nothing good has ever happened whenever they've gone outside. And we have, like, neighbor kitties who, like, come over, and they're just, like, waiting at our back door, like, looking at our cats, and we're like, can you not do that, please? They're also, it's, we have a glass back door, like a sliding glass, black door, no, nope. Back door. Yes, and I'll, like, look over from the table, and I'll see a reflection, and I can't tell if it's a reflection. Like, I can't tell if it's a cat walking behind me or on the deck. And so I hate it because, like, I've looked out and been like, that looked a little less like a reflection. And then I, like, looked back. Jack wasn't there. I'm like, fuck, he's outside. And so we had to, like, find out how to do that. But, like, when my dad would smoke, he would step outside, but then just, like, leave a little crack in the door because he didn't want to be completely outside, so he could, like, watch whatever was going on. And and then that's how they got through, because he wasn't paying attention or something. Like, he was, like, blowing smoke away or something, and the cast just, like, went out onto the... out into the dark world. And the abyss. And my mom was like, well, Alan, they're little gray kitties. They're going to get out. You're not going to see them. And I was like, oh, that's really cute, but I'm going to cry. Little gray kitties. I love them. Today is 4 years from their adoption day. Yay! We adopted little kitty Sally and little kitty Jack. And they both look very different. I guess 4.
All right.
I don't know. All right. I don't know when their actual birthday is, but, I mean, they were... however old they have to be to get adopted.
Kobe, before Kobe passed away, he was 14, which is 94 or 98 in dog years.
I think my dog was 15. No.
Oh, wow. No?
16?
16?
16?
That means he was...
Was I a sophomore
100
when I was 16 years old?
No.
No. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I was.
Uh-huh.
He was 16.
My brother and... I was going to say my brother and Max. They're the same person. Max, comma, my brother,
2016.
comma.
Year fucking sucked. Go on.
Max, comma, my brother, comma, was the same age as Kobe.
Was the same.
We're the same old as Kobe.
Sam was the same age as me.
Oh, your dog.
So that's why I know.
Your dog, Sam.
My dog, Sam.
You gotta make that clear.
Sorry.
Buckaroo.
Jesus. He was older than me, but I'm older than you. Are
you older than me right now?
Yes.
Okay. Later on, maybe. Maybe that'll change later on.
Right now. I think next year, I'm gonna go ahead and, like, let you go ahead of me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll wait a couple months.
Thanks. Those riddles, they were like, if I'm 14 and my brother's half the age that I am, how old is he going to be in 10 years? Those always, like, spook me, because I'm like, well, obviously, he's going to be 12. But, and, like, yeah, those always get me. Also, those, like, let's talk about those, like, Facebook, like, what do you call those? The Vine posts? Where we're like, oh my gosh. When people just keep posting, like they keep sharing it. Chain post.
Oh, yeah.
Vine posts. I hate chain posting, by the way.
I hate them too. There was a girl, I think it was a girl. Or it was a guy.
Real quick, even more than chain posting, I hate political chain posting. Alright, go ahead.
But, like the ones that are like, send this to 10 people on your friends list.
Oh my gosh, I hate
those. And there was a guy that joined our, I actually I can't remember which group chat this was, but it was in high school where I was at a group chat. And someone joined who was, like, not a part of what we were doing. I was like, I don't even know why. Oh! I remember what this was. Okay. So, it was this guy who, okay. Actually, this is a whole story, so I guess I'll go into it since we got nothing better to do.
Alright.
So this guy who was the section leader for a band, my senior year.
Alright.
Thought it would be a good idea to invite this guy who was who was a saxophone.
Okay.
Into our section, and he came, like, during band camp, and we were all, like, standing around, and he brings this guy over, and I'm like, no. And he's like, so this, like, he's gonna be joining because I think it'd be good for us. And I'm like, we didn't need that at all. Also, you just made this, like, so much worse. And then we talked about it, and it was a big deal. It was like but it was like a controversy. And he was like, okay guys, but I shouldn't give him that voice. But he was like, like, our band directors are like wanting us to be like better people. Like we can't be mean and like cliquey because we're definitely cliquey. And I'm like,
were these tenor saxes or alto?
Alto.
Why the hell would they do that? Because, like, tenor saxes I understand, because they usually play the same part as trombones, baritones, tubas, etc. So, bari saxes.
I just really, I don't understand why he chose him. I forget why he was, like, up for debate. Huh?
Maybe they're going to teach him tenor sax? I
don't think so. The saxophones were like, yeah! We were like, yeah, we got rid of them! And then they were just like,
maybe
like one of the like the section leader was like, I feel bad for you guys, so I will give you like a little like a fruit basket. Like, what do you want? Like, I will go somewhere and it's like, I will get your favorite food for you. And it's like just as like a thank you for taking him away from us. And that never happened. We never got the food.
Yeah. Did I tell you my nugget story? I don't think so. All right, continue.
Okay.
I'll tell you it after this.
Okay, write it down.
Put that down.
Should get a dry erase board.
Yeah.
What was I talking about? Okay, so we talked about it and he was like, okay, so we need to like act less cliquey. Like we need to not be mean. And then I was like, okay, if you had sat down with us, talked this out, we probably wouldn't be as mad. Also, we probably wouldn't have a saxophone be joining us right now.
Ooh.
Because it was like, that's not... Like, that could have been solved so... Like, it got so much worse. Because that guy was so, like, disliked throughout the band. Just because he would, like, join in on people's conversations. Like, follow them around, think that he's invited places. And then, give really... just like share his terrible opinions and be really mean about things, and I'd be like, hey man, don't do that. Don't share that opinion because it's trash. And then oh my god, that was a whole ass issue.
That was a whole ass?
It was a whole ass right there.
Whole ass. Bro.
But that was terrible. And that didn't need to happen. It's like, yeah, okay. Do you know why we're in a clique? Because we're in a section. Like, we're sectioned off because we're, like, we have our own group. Like, it's gonna happen. If you have a section in band, you're probably gonna talk to that section. Right. Also, we, like, it's been just, like, the same core group of people throughout the years. Like, I was friends with, 2 girls in the section.
Yeah.
Like, for 2 years. And then, like, the second year, like, Maya got there. And then, like, it became 3. And then one of the girls left. And then, like, 2 guys came in. And then, like, that was the group. Like, it happened sophomore year. Where, like, we just got this group that was, that was our band group and our friend group. Like, our main group.
In high school, my band group was also my friend. Well...
I had, like, friends out... Whatever.
The only friends I had outside of band were, like, Josh. And it was pretty much only Josh.
I had people... Okay, so through middle school, it was like you could either do art and choir or band. Which sucked, because I wanted to do all 3. And I was like, but I want to know how to play an instrument. So, like, I joined band. Couldn't have an art class. Couldn't do choir. But then, like, you stuck with those band people. Those were, like... Because you like, that was when you had, like, a homeroom and, like, you would travel around with that same class. And until, like, 7th grade, whatever. But you still, like, you only knew band people. And, an orchestra. Forgot about that.
We never had
They were always forgotten. But, so I only knew band kids. And then in high school, I was friends with people who used to be band kids in middle school and then, like, stopped doing band. And then I was friends with people in the band. Like, so that's where they branched out. Yeah. But I was still, like, friends with all of them. And then, but, like, my senior year, it was, like, it was so messy. Because, I was not seeing eye to eye with another person.
Oh, no.
And it was a bad dealio. And then one fateful night, it just really was a nail in the coffin. It was not good. We could not come back from that. And you know what? It's okay. I'm okay with it. I don't think they are, but I am.
In band, like you said, my friend group was all, or like we said, my friend group was also mainly kids from the band. If they weren't kids from the band, it was either long childhood friends like Josh or kids from musicals. And quick question: did you ever did you actually look up to or respect your section leaders?
I did my sophomore and junior year.
Were they cool, or were you just like, I'm too intimidated to do something?
My freshman one, she was she was really good at everything she did, but she would whenever I would talk to her outside of band or something, or I guess at band too, she was just kind of I got a really bitchy tone from her, and I was like, I don't like that. So I would listen to her because I knew that she knew what she was talking about. It was fine, whatever. But I knew that I didn't have to be her friend.
Yeah.
And then sophomore year, it was a guy that I had. Yes. Wait, hold on.
You yesed?
Oh, wait, yeah, no.
Oh, really?
Who was sophomore year? Who was sophomore year?
Right.
Okay, it was this guy that I had grown up with, in my church.
Yeah.
And we were like, hey, you cool, okay. And then he was in my section, and then he was a section leader, and then I was like, So we were really cool with each other.
Yeah.
And he was awesome at what he did.
Yeah.
And so I guess I looked up to him, but we were also buddies.
Yeah.
And then my junior year, it was a girl that I was like, okay, still you know more than me. Mm-hmm. You're still better than me. Yeah. I will listen to you. And then my senior year, I should have been the section leader. It should have been me.
I was, my freshman year, I had this one chick. She was okay. She tried to make it fun, but she didn't. Her and my personalities didn't match too well. But we were equally as good of trombone players, right. Yeah, which might say something. But so she was okay. She was good at what she did, but she wasn't I don't know. She was a good leader. She ended up being our drum major, but I just didn't like her personality. It was too dry. There was no motivation or fun to it. It was just work, you know.
She got it because she was good at what she did, not because she was I'm gonna be singing. Okay.
Well, pretty much, yeah. I don't know. Some people liked her, but you had to have a similar personality to her in order to like her.
To get along with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, she was cool. She was my section leader my freshman and sophomore year. Who was my? Yeah, that's right. Freshman, sophomore year.
Yeah, see? First of all, sophomore year, I don't believe that it happened.
I also don't remember.
I don't remember a single thing that happened my sophomore year. Junior year, I remember a couple things. Sophomore year, I only remember when people or pets died.
I remember musicals, that's it. I always remember musicals, though.
I don't even remember my shows for marching.
Oh, I don't either. I mean, screw that. That's
remember
the
the last one.
I also didn't like it. I mean marching band. I think that was actually the year that we did some cool concert shows. But then, so my first 2 years I had the same chick. My junior year, I was the section leader. And then my senior year I was also the section leader. Actually, no. Oh, okay, here's the timeline. You ready for this?
I guess
freshman year, chick was the section leader. Sophomore year, she got moved up to drum major. I was a section leader. Junior, senior year, I was section leader. What? Okay, well, we also had 3 trombones.
You're right. Okay, we had a lot more.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was either we lumped 2 different sections together, Sousa's and baritones.
My sophomore year, I was section leader of the trombones, because there was someone else who did the rest. Someone else was section leaders of the bari sax and the tuba. There were 2 bari saxes and a tuba.
Okay.
My junior year, Barry sax chick left. A new Barry sax came in. We had the same tuba guy. At that time, we had 3 trombones and then 3 low voices, the Barry saxes and tuba. I was section leader of the low brass at that time. Senior year, we had no tuba. We had 2 Barry saxes, and we had three trombones if you consider myself. Actually, technically, we had 4 because this one chick switched from the clarinet section. Yeah, it was kind of wild.
Oh my god.
But she was very determined, and she did really well with learning it. And then I played tuba for my senior year. So it was ass backwards the way we did everything. One thing that we also had the tenor sax in our section, or tenor saxes.
Okay.
One thing that I was really happy that I was able to do was, we had these 2 kids that I thought they were a bundle of joy. They were so much fun to work with because they just kind of dicked around the whole time, and like they had the same motivation that I do in band. Like even today, like just kind of messing around and like making the best out of the situation instead of just work, which our band has always been work.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that it was like, it was work, with like a little bit of fun.
Ours was only fun if you were on the good side of the teacher, and if you
Ours as in yours, or ours as in?
I'm sorry, my Wilmington High School.
Okay.
Oops, whatever. Ours is good, but like it was too much work because we knew we didn't have the potential. Because we knew that, yeah, I know. I hate to throw those around, but it was just rough.
My senior year, that's about the same. Like my junior year, it was like kind of bad because we switched out both of our band directors, which sucked.
Yeah.
And they just like, they didn't really take time to like form a bond with anyone in the band. One, total bitch. Oh my good god.
Director?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And the other was like, she was good and a lot of people liked her, but for some reason she hated me. And I was like, okay, fair enough. Yeah, me specifically.
My band director always she really liked me, because
my first 2 years, I think they really liked me. I don't know.
My band director was also a trombone player, so like naturally.
This girl she was a trombone player and
really?
She hated me.
Naturally, like she was like, oh, trombone player, you know, like I made.
Yeah, she favorited some of the trombones. I don't know why I wouldn't name them, but I'm just not going to.
But yeah, she really liked me because I was pretty successful in the beginning. Like 7th and 8th grade, I was like in honors bands and stuff, and then I came like naturally. I was like, she was like, hey, I like you, so it was like she knew I was a good player. She knew I had the potential to be a leader, but I'll get to that in a second. So back to those kids that like just kind of dicked around. They would never listen to anyone. Nope, like they wouldn't take shit from anyone. Like if somebody was like, "Hey, go do this thing," or play this rhythm, or tell me what this note is, or you know, like shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But like, they would not pay attention, and like they were just dicking around. They were freshmen. They didn't care. It was my senior year. When my senior year came and I was section leader of these kids, I was like, these kids are gonna be fucking hell to work with. But I was able to figure a little trick out. If I got on their level and dicked around equally or more than they did, then they would listen to me. So, during band camp, band camp's when you go into school early and you take care of your band stuff, your shows and your musics and stuff for the football games. The low brass area was the teachers, what's that called? The teachers pod. Like the break room, basically.
We have different high schools.
I know. But like,
they just don't look the same.
I mean, I know. But like, our like spot for sectionals when we go in like with our section was the break room, the teacher's break room. And there were we'd work for like 10 minutes and take 5-minute breaks, you know what I'm saying? And we'd be in there for like an hour and a half. So like it was a lot of breaking. There was one chick who ended up complaining about me. And she was like, we never do anything, and we can never get anything done, and everyone thinks I'm a bad player, and da 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 da. And I'm like, listen, the reason, and she went to the director about it. The director came to me and I got in trouble for it. And I'm like, listen, these, like, the two kids that dicked around, they're good players. They knew what they were doing. They were better than she was. But, yeah, I'm throwing that card out there. Regardless, she ended up getting pissy with me. I had to explain to her what the situation was. She was like, alright, I get it now.
The student or the
student who didn't like the way I was doing things. So when we take our breaks, we noticed that they had a Keurig in the teacher's lounge. That's what it's called. And
Got it.
In the cabinet we found hot cocoa mix, a lot of it. And we'd make hot cocoa in between, like, playing our instruments.
Band camp?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Were you not outside for 10 hours a day?
Oh, we were.
I was.
Well, not 10 hours a day.
I was.
It was a lot. We were there from 8 in the morning to 8 at night, but we weren't always outside.
Oh, it feels like we were mostly outside.
We were mostly outside.
We had like an hour break. And oh my god. Did you practice on a field or the parking lot?
The parking lot.
Great.
Why?
Great, because so did I. So, like, I just wanted to not
Actually,
be, like...
it wasn't our parking lot. It was, so, like, where our high school is, we had just a small patch of grass, and, like, right outside the band room. So, right outside the band room, they like, sprayed lines on the field, air quotes, on the little lawn, and we marched around the lawn. Like,
just for, like, basics?
No, for the whole show and everything.
That was the worst part of band camp,
what?
Especially
Basics?
Junior and senior year.
Yeah, because
having to do like basics again. But I could understand it, and I could do it my sophomore year without really complaining. But like, I hated the way that like the last 2 years like of band directors did it, because my last 2 years I got completely new band directors my junior year and completely new band directors my senior year, and
real quick, basics to whoever does not know is when you go out to the field and you learn how to roll step and march like the proper way and turn
and like the good like the sizes that you need.
Yeah, like because you like if you watch a marching band, they all usually take the same size steps and go the same speed and da 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 da. So it's basically how to march. It's marching 101 for freshmen and sophomores for those who like need the refresh, but juniors and seniors don't. They've been doing it for 2 years. They know what they're doing. They've done enough parades, enough shows to know what they're doing, and they can leave it alone. But I just want to throw it out there. My high school, junior, senior year, you didn't have to go to basics. So they're like, if you're a junior or senior, you don't have to come in until like 2. And like, that was like a 6-hour thing that just freshmen and sophomores had to be at. Unless you were a section leader or a drum major, you had to be there.
That's ridiculous. I'm so sad. Oh my god. Well, it's just, I didn't like that they were changing things. Like, if it's the same stuff, then maybe I'll be a little more inclined to, like, keep it up and be, like, a good role model or something. It's like, okay, freshies, if you want to see someone do it correctly, look at me. But, junior and senior year, both times, like, each band director was just like, they were calling something. I understand that different people come from different places. I know that. But, however,
yes.
I just, when they have terrible personalities, or at least, like, just, like, clashing personalities with mine.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to teach me things that I already know, but calling them something else, and I'm like, ooh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And they would like switch up how we go to attention, and I'm like, why? Who is it helping?
Right.
Because they would do it in like the middle. It's like, we're not gonna call it this anymore. We're gonna do it this way. And I was like, why? And one of them just made me so mad that I left. I was like, I cannot be here today. I was like, Maya, will you please tell me that I am leaving? Tell them that I am leaving. And so like I got my baritone and I just went inside because I was like, I'm gonna throw something.
Yeah.
Maybe hands, maybe my instrument. Excuse me. And and so I went inside, and then the one that I hated the most came in, and she was like, "Are you okay?"
Oh no.
And I was like, "No." I called my mom. I'm leaving.
Oh gosh.
And she was like, "Oh, well, I hope you feel better." I was like,
gosh.
"Me too. Go away."
We had section cheers just to try to make band camp more fun, which like it was always stupid, and it was always just like a laughing contest.
Yeah.
But like, the Hello Brasses was always stupid and always very controversial, because during like
Hold on. Go on.
during the Harambe shit, when
Yeah.
they had to kill that gorilla and like the kid got
Yeah.
I wasn't there for band camp
Oh,
because I went
for
down.
Harambe.
Yeah, I wasn't there for Harambe. No, I wasn't there for band camp because I went down to Florida for my grandpa, and when I came back, the section did like a Harambe skit where a kid was like thrown around. Yeah, and the one bigger kid was throwing the other kid around, and then one of the other trombones came out and pretended to shoot the gorilla kid.
Oh
And,
my god.
oh my gosh, have I been more disappointed in my section.
It just, guys.
Like, because like, I wasn't there for any of it, so I had to learn the show later on, and like, I was sitting in the audience where everyone's parents were.
Who?
Everyone's parents, everyone's whomever was.
No. How about like we're gonna do everyone else's section, but not trombone.
And like, oh, and then this year, like my freshman year of college, so it's a constant prank that we say that my band director's pregnant, just because like she's had like 3 kids and like it's always been end on end. So we're like, gosh, she's pregnant again. What the hell? But like, there was this year the trombone or the low brass put on a wig and got like 6 or 7 or 8 like small baby dolls, and this one kid pretended to be my band director and was like doing stereotypical stuff that she does.
Oh no.
And the guy had like, it was the guy with the wig on and was like, all right guys, you need to, and like your stereotypical like mom voice, and then like all of a sudden he's like, oh it's coming. She's crowning. And throws 9 babies across the field. And then like continues and like, all right, now we gotta keep marching. And it's like it's funny, but like it's also very much dry high school humor.
Wow.
Yeah. And like there was at one point they wanted to do something else, but because you're supposed to get it approved by the band director. I don't know how the Harambe shit.
I know. I was about to say.
But I didn't think she knew that. I think she thought it was fake. Like that was never anything that happened. But like, oh my gosh. But they wanted to do something else with the mocking of the band director. But like, oh no, they wanted to use her actual kids' names.
Oh, okay.
And like throw out the dolls.
She was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely stop.
Yeah.
Thank you.
These are my children. You are throwing them across the field, and I'm going to cry.
I know that it's fake, but I don't like it.
But
we didn't do that.
There was one time we
had the croc talk. Sorry, go on.
Croc talk. The only one that I remember that I had the direction of, because like it was always a burden to sit through everyone's shows or everyone's section cheers. So before...
Was that a cheer? Sorry, go on.
I don't know. Before we did our cheer, I like parked my car in the front of the school, and I had Mick. Oh my gosh, the golden player of the role, Mick, my boy, my sweet prince.
My prince.
We told Mick to dance for 15 minutes. We didn't care what he did. We didn't care what song he wanted to do. He was just gonna dance for 15 minutes. So
the golden player.
Yeah, we all stood next to the mic, like to the speaker, which was also conveniently next to the door to the school, and we pressed play and we all walked out of the school, got in my car, went to McDonald's, and we came back with like 8 McFlurries. And then gave them to Mick, and like everyone knew that we drove off because it was done outside. So they just saw I have like a really loud car because I was having problems at the time. So they saw and heard my really loud car drive away, and then come back and like 6 kids pile out of my car, and then we're like, "Good job, Mick," and we give him a McFlurry. That one was fun just because we didn't want to bear through the rest of them, so then we drove away again.
I like that.
That's that one.
I don't know where I was. So the ones for my junior year, none of us liked them.
Jake.
So we gave them names. I did. I gave them names. It was all me, and it stuck throughout the band, and I loved it. We got Snappy and Clappy.
Yeah.
And Clappy was the main the main band director, and then Snappy was the what's it called? Assistant band director.
I don't know. I only had one.
Oh well, we had 2. And
I was like, we just had Ellen.
Snappy. I don't miss her at all.
What a bitch.
There's no part of me absolutely no one liked her. People liked Clappy, but I was like, no. Because she was such a bitch to me, and I don't understand. Like, I would ask her a simple question, and she would just be like, what? And I was like, I'm sorry? And then, there's one time where I, like, the middle valve on my baritone got stuck, and it would not move at all. And so I took it out, I put it back in, and then I did the same thing, and I, like, showed her. I was like, there's a problem. I don't know what to do. Like, I would give it to my, like, band director last year, like, whenever this happened, because mine would stick all the time.
Yeah.
And then, she was like, just take it back out and put it back in again.
Oh, great.
And I was like...
The equivalent of unplugging it and plugging it back in.
But that's also what I had done before. And I was like, cool, I already did that. She was like, just do it again. And I was like, what happened, like, that day that she couldn't just talk to me like a normal person? And I took it out, like, in front of her, and I was like, okay. And she was like, now line this up or whatever, and, like, I did it. And then my, I think my section leader, I can't remember, someone came over to me and was like, hey, like, what's the problem? And, he didn't need to do that, whatever. But I was like, oh, it was sticking. Like I couldn't move my valve. And she was like, just take it out and put it back in again. And I'm like, I know. I'm physically doing it right now. You don't need to yell at me.
Oh my gosh.
And then I walked back to my stand to play because it was like, yeah, fuck you. It worked. I'm doing it. Like, do you not see me? I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I'm explaining. To someone who asked me a question.
Complaining and explaining.
I was answering someone's question, how you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Rather than just yelling at them. Is there a problem?
Nope.
It sounded like you were putting your seat down.
I was just letting my hydraulics out.
But then...
Nope.
But my, my senior year, what time?
We're at 50-ish, 58-ish seconds. Minutes? Wow.
Seconds. We just started. Hey, guys.
Hey, one more.
But my senior year, it's going to be pets and band. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
It's been like the last few times. But my senior year, okay. The main band director, I don't actually remember the assistant at all. No, I got him. He came later. It's okay.
No. Okay.
So he was very dry. I also didn't know that he was the band director. Like, he started giving us, like, directions. We were like, who the fuck is this guy? And then they're like, this is your new band director. And we were like, oh, okay. But, the first girl, she came in, and then she was just, like, she was very awkward, and she came from, like, a very prestigious, like, marching band place. And I was like, why did you come here? Like, we have nothing here for you. Yeah. We don't even march trombones. And,
did you hear that? Sorry.
No.
I heard someone pound on a door or glass. And now I'm, like, paranoid. It's okay, though.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. But, yeah, so that happened. And there was one time, well, first of all, we had a brass tech that was, very openly, like, I don't know. I guess, they were, whatever. I don't know. I don't want to, like, say, let me think about this. We might have to cut this part out.
Okay.
Because I forget what the word is. What is, like, when they don't identify as, like, they're gender fluid? Okay, very openly gender fluid. And like, they did drag and everything, and it was, like, fine. And we all knew that. And apparently one kid just had a problem with that.
Yeah.
And complained to their parents. And then the parents were talking to the band director. I don't know what they would have complained about, but they did. And so they fired them. And I was like, maybe don't do that when the entire band likes them more than they like you. Like, when they're actually, like, listening to them, and they're, like, the whole band is following their orders.
Yeah.
Don't fire them, because we're actually getting work done. And so, like, we didn't have a brass tech anymore. Like, we didn't have, like, people giving us, like, extra help. The band directors weren't brass players.
We never had any, like, techs or anything. Techs are basically people who help, I don't know if you just said this, people who help a certain section or group. So the brass tech would be someone who's specialized in valve instruments or brass instruments in general. Mm-hmm. Usually just valve instruments.
It just gave us a little more attention because, like, the band directors couldn't give us a bunch of, like...
Yeah, because the band directors are focusing on the whole band.
Yeah, and since, like, one of them was, like, a flute player, and we have so many flutes, she spent time with the flutes and the clarinets and everything like that. And,
which is why it's sometimes necessary to have a tech or an assistant director or something like that.
And the assistant was barely there anyways. So...
Was it, like, an adult, a teacher? Or was it, like...
It was an adult.
Okay.
Yeah, and, but they were fired, so they left, and we didn't get any more help, and that year fucking sucked.
Good.
But, good. And, we all had a problem, because we were getting very sassy with the band directors, because... like, the main band director, because we were just like, hey, you're dumb and we don't like you. And, because she was all work, no play.
Yeah.
And, thank you. Goddamn. And she came from, like, the prestigious place, so she was like, I'm expecting you to, like, perform to these things. Like, we literally never have. If we do, it's a miracle, so don't get your hopes up. And then we got, I can't take you seriously with your glasses out from your face like that. Okay, so, we got our first competition. We had actually done better than we ever had at a first competition, like, in so long, at least since I had been there. Mm-hmm. And so, like, usually we get a really low score. We got a low score, but it, like, was very high compared to what we had in the past. Yeah. And our band director was like, this is unacceptable. Oh. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself. As we were all like, yeah, we got a 35! Like, we were so excited about it because, like, our brass tech was like, be proud of yourself. Like, we can only go up from here, and, like, we're starting at such a good note. Like, this is great.
He was expecting improvement, and then he got fired, and... Unless I'm not following the story.
Basically. But, okay, so this is just, like, one night. This is after the first competition. We got our thing back. It showed that we didn't do great, but we did better than we usually do. So we were like, awesome. We're good. And, thank you. And, and so, like, we go into the band room to talk about everything that happened. And the band director was like, be ashamed of yourself. This is terrible. And then we were like, excuse you? Like, I raised my hand and I was like, this is the best we've ever done. Like, you need to back off. Like, you cannot tell us to be like...
Snappy or whatever you call it?
No, this was my senior year. This was after they had left. Oh. And this was a girl that I have no idea what her name is. I call it something else because I never learned. Because I really didn't respect her.
That's fair.
And I called her one of the cities in my town because it sounded better than her actual name. So, what'd I do? Oh, okay. I raised my hand and I was like, you cannot tell these kids to, be ashamed of what they've done because this is the best we've ever done. You should be telling us, like, that we did well. You cannot be doing what you're just doing. Yeah. And then apparently she was like, and, like, walked away. And then, the brass tech came up, was like, hey guys, I know you don't like what just happened here. I know you don't like them, but they're still in charge of you. They're still your superiors, and I'm very disappointed in all of you for being so disrespectful to like these people that are like they're new. They're trying to like pave their way through. Like this is their career now. Like you need to kind of cut them some slack. Like you cannot be doing like all the disrespectful things that you've been doing because it's frankly unacceptable. Yes. And so we were like, you're right. I don't want you to be right, but you're right. And so we were like prepared to be like, okay, fine. I'll go easy on you. I won't yell at you whenever you yell at us. I won't talk back. Because one time there were like 2 minutes. We were outside for 0 hour, and we had like 2 seconds before we needed to be like running to our first period.
What's 0 hour?
Oh, 0 hour. Oh my God. It's like
You're getting into that place where you're just rambling on.
I know, I'm
what
sorry.
Are you saying?
But when if your school started at like 8:45, which is when mine did for a while, 0 hour for band, you had to come to the school at 6:45 and be ready to start marching and until school started. So we had like 2 seconds, and she was like we still have time, like we need to be doing something, and I was like, we have 2 seconds. And she was like, actually we have 1 second, and I was like, thank you. And I was like, then I'm gonna go. So we left. So she really didn't like me, but I was like, I don't fucking care, I'm not gonna be here for much longer. And so that was all so much fun. But they fired the brass tech, and I was like, great, you fired the only person that made us like be okay with you.
Yeah.
So now get ready for us to hate everything you have to say.
Well,
all the disrespectfulness.
There you go. That's the scoop.
Sorry. Went on a tangent. My face is hot. My
so
heart
hot.
is going.
There
My
goes.
senior year made me so angry. My heart was going to give out.
Maybe that's a good topic for next time. Tune in next time for more awesome podcast.
Oh my God. I'm angry now.
Well, Heather's going to go maybe...
Punch some walls.
Yeah, start some internal bleeding.
Change my name to Kyle.
Pop a blood vessel.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
Thanks for listening, y'all. Just remember, this podcast will be out every Wednesday from 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, except for last week and the week before. Yeah, last week was very hectic. I apologize about it. We're making it happen. You might notice some change, like our profile picture and our new and improved logo. Or like the title page thingy. We'll be working on it, making it more creative more often, because I like my little Photoshop thingies that I do. But
really liked the last one.
Yeah, the last one with the baby.
Yes.
Getting
waterboarded
on a skateboard.
By the way, I did not break myself. I did quite well the other day.
Oh yeah, she was longboarding. She did well.
Yay!
Anyway, goodbye, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to Don't You Hate It?
I hated that. Yes, I did.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.